1, 2, 3, 4.
Impossible!
Yo-Kai Watch
Wibble
Wibble.
Robbett here. Another week, another map, another watch. NHN and Level 5 simply can't resist pushing new Yo-Kai Watch 3 content to us. Let's get to it. Phantomart is here. The Supermanager runs the place, and like Junkernaut, he also drops rare items. In addition to the new map, we have a new watch, the Model U2. We're gonna need to find all the parts of the new watch, which gives a boost to female yokai's hit points. Forget what it says here. Also, a new game mechanic is here, the Ultra Challenge. Miss Terry will show up with a set of challenges for you to complete in order to find U2 chips. In order to get to the Phantomart, you need to complete Scrapyard first, but thankfully you all watched my Scrapyard video, so you're set. I was 100% sure that the next map after Scrapyard would be Phantomart, even if I didn't know what the English name would end up being. Having the next 2 weeks of Score Attack be Enma Awoken and Righteous Zazel? Never saw it coming. Here we go. Time to open the door. You can use Tomorrow Gal to get free passage like I'm doing here, but... Oops, not high enough level. Alright, we'll buy our way through. See ya, 2500 Y money. Similar to Scrapyard, there are a ton of American yokai here on the map, but we've actually gotten most of all of them from out-of-order events. The first level features Numbskull, who first debuted during the Whisper Slingshot event, but this is the first time Numbskull can be found on a permanent map. Numbskull is a tough E-rank center popper. More importantly, for completing the first stage, we get the U2 watch strap, the first major part of the Model U2. It's map zoom time until we make it up to stage 317. Hopefully you've befriended BBQville, if not, go back to Scrapyard where you can find him in abundance. We're going to bring BBQville along because he's the key to unlocking the hidden route. No need to finish with his ultimate or any funny business, just bring him along. There we go, we cleared the stage with BBQville on our team, so the hidden route has been opened. Hidden Stage 31 features Lazy Sunday. No matter how lazy your Sunday is, I guarantee you it'll spill out onto the floor if you do what he's doing, but he's a yokai, so he's not physical, right? Benefits of being a spirit. Now if I were you, I'd be asking, why does Robbett have that ridiculous team? No boosters, a bonus ball maker, a rearranger, an inflator, and 2 disparate types of attackers? Has he gone mad? No, I'm clear-headed, cold, and calculating as always. I'll optimize this team a little more as we go, but I'm lying in wait for Miss Terry. I'll explain that more soon. For the meantime, we just have to knock the RNG right out of this slothful Sunday. By the way, he follows the disturbing trend of yokai that eat their own food group. Make sure you give him the 4-heart ice cream, known as the Super Sundae. I don't think he got the message. Let's try again. There it is, befriending like a boss. Lazy Sunday is a heartful C-rank stunner. Back to the main area of the map and time to zoom again, except that we run into Miss Terry and the Challenge Ultra Battle. The Ultra Battle occurs as a random occurrence, basically like Noko. You can't predict when or where, but on any stage of this map except the boss, it might happen to you. Miss Terry is going to give us 8 challenges, each with a set time limit. If you don't meet a challenge in the allotted time, Miss Terry does damage to you. If you succeed, you do damage to Miss Terry. The more times you succeed in a single battle, the more likely a U2 chip will drop, at least in theory. Also, you can befriend Miss Terry, but to do so you'll need to beat a perfect 8 of 8 challenges to attempt the befriending. Something I didn't manage to do here, but I also didn't feed her. Nor did I get a U2 chip. Alright, back up the map for a while. We're making a very brief stop so I can remind you that when you battle American Yo-Kai, like Confused here, you have a chance of receiving American Chip. Just like the Model U1 watch, you're going to need to collect American Chips in order to build it. If you'd prefer, you can always play the American Yo-Kai on Scrapyard to collect chips as well, but then you miss out on the chance to battle Miss Terry. There we go, first American Chip of the map for me. Moving over to stage 326, we find Miss Stank. We actually got Miss Stank as a rare defense appearance during the Yo-Cream Scramble, but now he's here in Phantomart permanently. Miss Stank is a tough, B-rank single attacker. As you can see, we're not actually battling Miss Stank, we're in another Ultra battle with Miss Terry. That gives me good reason to point out that you don't actually beat a stage by battling Miss Terry, you still have to beat it against the normal Yo-Kai in order to move past it. As for the Ultra battles, there are 9 types of challenge that you might be presented with. The first is to erase a certain number of Wibwobs, just pop them as fast as you can. Next, you might be asked to restore a certain number of hit points. For this, I always try and bring a healer, or someone that has a restoration skill as a secondary ability like Spoilerina or Happier Awoken. You might be asked to connect a certain amount of Wibwobs, get a group on the board and link them, nothing more to it. Creating bonus balls is a thing, and especially when you're asked to make more than one, I bring a bonus ball maker. Alternately, create a large Wibwob, pop it, and pray that one shows up. Speaking of large Wibwobs, you might be asked to make a specific size. I bring Arachnus Awoken because he inflates to such large sizes I'm usually 90% of where I need to be with him. When asked to do a certain amount of damage, I usually just spam the board if it's a couple hundred, but if it's more like this example, then I'll use my attacker's Sultimate unless I'm in fever. Pro tip, the countdown for Miss Terry stops when you're in fever, so you can use that to help you out, especially in case like producing large damage where you need more time. Miss Terry will often ask you to perform a certain number of combos. My favorite trick here is to use bonus balls, because all you need for a combo is to pop a size 2 Wibwob, and a bonus ball should make 6 of them or more when positioned correctly. Miss Terry might ask you to perform a Sultimate as well. Do it. Miss Terry does not like to be ignored. Lastly, although rarely, Miss Terry will ask you to get into fever. For most of these, Miss Terry might also give a variation where you need to complete the task with specific Yo-Kai, making it harder. One more thing, I didn't figure this out when I played through Phantomart and Puni, but I realized it today. Each stage has an affinity with certain challenges. If you're restarting on a stage, and keep in mind you need to exit out of the battle all the way, not just restart, then you should see the same challenges, perhaps changed slightly, over and over. Back to the action, I remembered to feed Miss Terry. No luck, but my first U2 chip is dropped. A few more stages over, and we're at 332 with our friend Tomorrow Gal. I know most of you already have Hungram's riding shotgun, but if you don't, now's the time. Other than adding a flesh tone to the playfield, he's necessary for the stage unlock. Just like that, the hidden route is opened up thanks to Hungry Hungrams. Hidden Stage 32 features Crook-a-doodle. The good news is that Crook-a-doodle eats pizza. Why not chicken, you ask? Simple answer, Crook-a-doodle is a dude inside a chicken suit. Did that blow your mind? Probably not. You can see my Miss Terry team is slowly evolving. I put Spoilerina in as my healer so I could have a mild attack boost as the stages get harder, but that makes it hard to play with Hardy Hound since they look similar, so I swapped in Mermother. Since you don't know when Miss Terry might show up, you always want to be prepared. Crook-a-doodle knows what's up and plays by the rules. That's a one battle, one befriending American Chip double drop supreme. Even better, Crook-a-doodle gives us the U2 Searchlight, the second major part of the model U2 watch. Crook-a-doodle is a shady, C-rank stunner. Before Crook-a-doodle was Crook-a-doodle, he was in Chicken. What's up with that, 101 Leafy?
Wibble Wobblers, Robbett here. Inchikin's name is a relatively simple pun. The first part of it, Inchiki, means fake, while the N at the end makes the name resemble the English word chicken. He's a chicken wearing a disguise, so it checks out.
It's only 2 more stages and then we're here, the boss of Phantomart. It's the Supermanager. Alright, you heard the man. You must target meats. There will be a countdown, and when it reaches 0, 2 big slabs of meat are going to pop out. This is officially known as the swinging meat attack. There will then be another countdown, and the swinging meat attack will do a lot of damage. So what you want to do is target the meat and do enough damage to get them to go away. Here come the meats. Personally, I'm willing to absorb the swinging meat attack if need be. Really, I'm just trying to get my soultimates up, and in the process I'm making big wibwobs, popping them, and that's helping defeat the meats. I'm getting closer to fever here, and it's super important. Just like on the Junkernaut, you do not want to go into fever with the swinging meat up in your business. If you do, any damage you throw his way will go into the meat, and not the Supermanager. I avoid that fate, and while I don't have Orignon Emma, I've got more than enough muscle to bring the manager down. The Supermanager has 14,000 hit points and does 286 damage. It's over. For beating the Supermanager, we get the U2 body, the last major piece of the watch, and it will unlock building the watch and timers and more. Of course, having the major pieces of the watch is just part of the puzzle like we found out on Scrapyard. We need American and U2 chips, and we need a lot of them. I've farmed American stages on Scrapyard for about 5 hours, and I've gotten everything I need. We head to the menu, then timers and more, where we can see a new watch was added and sits incomplete. The model U2 watch requires the strap, body, searchlight, 20 American chips, and 10 U2 chips. Ultimately, it is one of the less useful watches, but you never know when you'll need to boost female yokai's hit points. Ladies love the hit points. And that leaves us with a single task left for Scrapyard, befriending Miss Terry. You have to find her, get 8 of 8 challenges correct, preferably feed her, and befriend her. I spent around 500 spirit finding her, and of all the times I challenged her, most of them I managed either 7 or 8 challenges complete. Specifically, I got 8 of 8 challenges 25 times. Not once did Miss Terry drop for me. I've failed. I've used so much spirit, and I've played with this horrible team for so long, I just can't do it. Twice when I had 8 of 8, I hit record on my phone and it crashed before the befriending. I have all kinds of excuses. Heck, the dog ate my befriending. Sorry, viewers. Nah, just kidding. It took me 26 tries, and then Miss Terry found the way home. Miss Terry is a mysterious B-rank stunner. If you enjoyed the video, let the world know by befriending the like button. For all the latest Wibble Wobble and Poonie information, subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitter. Until the next video, target the meats.